overfunctioning to keep your relationships alive. Most of us, most empaths, thinks the hard part is setting the boundary. It's not. It's not. That's not the hardest part. The hard part comes after that. The part where you start questioning yourself, where you start feeling their pain. You understand them and why they do what they're doing. Right? We've diagnosed them. I know why they're doing it, so I should have all this compassion for them. And then, what do? We keep trying to make it comfortable and smooth it over for them. Hello, Alita. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So this is about real time for me to stop over functioning to keep relationships alive. One in particular right now. So, it's been a consistent thread of me not being my authentic self in the relationship. We lose our juice. We do. Hi, Mel. Good morning. I'm so glad y'all saw the post. And Felicia, hello. So today we're talking about let's empaths stop overfunctioning in your relationships. Stop overfunctioning to keep them alive and to keep them going. So real-time situation. I've been in a relationship for a few years now. We moved around the same time, and y'all have heard me talk about her a bit. And I just finally had reached the end of my rope. Like, I'm just up to here. I can no longer do this. I'm teaching this. I'm showing you. I'm sharing with you to stop abandoning yourself. And yet, it happened. I said what I said. I needed to step back and take a break. And that person was like, what happened? Can you tell me? Can you talk to me? And because I sent her an email, because that's how she likes to communicate. So she decided that she was going to try to figure out what it was that she had done. And really, there's just a series of things. I'm like, I feel like I have a list, but I can't really define any of it. Y'all understand that? We have this list of things that we compromise about ourselves, or we attempt to stay in the relationship and justify it and make it okay because they're old. that's one of the things. I adore her. I do. And then there's just these things that I censor who I am to be in that relationship. So that's the part where I'm out here. So I said the piece. She came back with a response I wasn't expecting and wants to talk. And I agreed to have coffee with her. And I'm like, well, now I'm like, oh my God, did I do the wrong thing? Am I over-functioning? Am I oversensitive? Did I just create all this drama? Am I making it too big of a deal? Am I all night long? This is the mindfuck. How many of us do this? Can y'all relate? So while I know this really well, here it is showing up again. Like, the real piece and the real question is, am I willing to continue the way that it's going? It's a big price to pay. We all pay a big price when we do that, especially when we know. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even see it. I knew one of you would do it. So thank you very much. There's so many things that happen inside of us because we're so conditioned to do this. And it's very old. Like, the things that are showing up right now are very old things that are clearing out. There are no more roots in them to take hold, but it still makes me feel like shit. And I should do something different. Or can I just smooth it over? How can I make this better? We can't go back to what it was. I'm just not going to pay attention. I'm going to pay attention to the ones I know. So, We know the truth for ourselves. And we know when we've had enough. We also know, I know, when I'm trying to explain to someone that's not highly sensitive or empathic, they have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. They just don't get it. It's not for them to get. It's for me to honor me. It's for you to honor you, and stop abandoning yourself, trying to make it better or trying to help them understand you. That's our overfunctioning, overexplaining, trying to smooth it out. Sometimes I don't even say anything. I just send my little energy wave out there, trying to smooth it over. Make them more comfortable, make them feel better. Y'all relate to that? What happens, what I'm noticing now that I've said what I said, deer in the headlights look they give. Yes. Yes, it is. It is that. So there's a place of, I said what I said. 3 lines. 3 lines. Super simple. I need to step back and just a couple other things. But the main thing was I need to step back from this relationship. Of course, and then they got shocked and all surprised. What happened? What did I do? And it's not all them, it's me too, because I'm participating the way that I've known how to, until I'm up to here with it and go, what are you doing? And why am I doing it? And there's this final piece that happens and I'm like, I'm done. Done. And then they feel blindsided. Just like, and you know, and it doesn't matter when or how it gets delivered, they would feel blindsided. And that's the truth. If I said it in person, in an email, in a text, it doesn't matter. They would feel blindsided. Your people do too. Because they think everything's okay. Because they dismiss the things that we have said, the things I have said. They dismiss it. This person does not believe that I can feel everything and that I know what's going on. She doesn't believe me. I can't make her do that, but it changes how I act in the relationship. Changed how I acted in the relationship. And now it's got to change. But what comes after that? It's our discomfort, but what comes after that? What comes after you've said your truth, you've said the boundary, whatever that was, you've decided it has to shift. You have to shift in the relationship so that you can be who you are, or not be in the relationship. You're either going to move with me or not, right? No, I'm not sure which part you didn't know. So what comes after the discomfort of setting the boundary, of speaking your truth? What comes after that for you? Like, real question. What comes after that? Feel that. What does it feel like? You said your piece. It landed. It didn't land well. You felt it. You felt them. And then you get wonky about it. And you're like, now what? What's next? But what's the next thing that we feel after that? Yes, thank you for that. The next piece of that we feel is grief. That's what I'm recognizing now is I feel the grief of I cannot maintain who I've been. This relationship is not sustainable the way it's been. I appreciate and I love this person, and I cannot stay the way that it's been. I will die there, or I will get really, really ugly. And I'm just, that's not who I am today. So there's that piece. That's the next piece. Now we have the sadness. This version of me that's brought me to here, and it's still showing up in some of the relationships till it doesn't. But then it's the yes, honoring our truth. When we honor our truth, something has to shift. Something has to change. I'm changing it. And not everyone else likes that. Not everyone else will come along. But I'm no longer willing to overfunction, to not be who I am in the relationship. And if that means it doesn't carry on, then that's what it means. I can at least grieve it honestly, instead of grieving the piece of me that I'm abandoning every time I do something like that. I can feel it here. That's sadness. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I only know I cannot continue. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I felt somebody that just didn't get it. And I compromise who I am to be there. I think highly of her. I don't appreciate a lot of the behaviors and the they're little, right? They're little subtle nuances that people do and say, and their energy and their words don't match. That's where we're at today. There's three things: feet, lips, energy, all have to match. And if they don't, we get it all. And for me, I cannot participate in that at a deeper level. I can carry on the surface, not what I like to do, but I can carry on the surface. Huge steps and not easy. No, it's not easy. What makes it not easy is it doesn't feel good. Because I can feel that she's uncomfortable and that her fear is that I'm abandoning her. And I know the history. This is how we end up in these narcissistic relationships. We know their history and we understand them, and oh my gosh, I have to have all this compassion for them because they were treated so badly. Well, we all were. But we keep excusing it. We keep excusing the crappy behavior because we know their history. Well, we all have a history. And we all get to decide how we carry forward and how we move on. I was talking to someone yesterday, day before yesterday, I don't know. Whatever it was. I think it was yesterday. And they shared a story with me about when they were 12, the best friend came to the door to have him come outside to get beat up by all the bullies. The best friend. I'm like, oh my God. But he's an amazing human being today. Totally different human being today. And he was bullied a lot as a kid because he was small. But he's not that today, right? So we all have choices, right? Oh my God, that's what I did. I was like, oh my God, that hurt my heart. And today's a millionaire. He has a big heart and a lot of compassion and a lot of care for people, right? So we all have experiences. Some become narcissistic, some become very compassionate, highly empathic, highly sensitive human beings. We each have our extremes that we go to. As empaths, we'll go the extra mile to compensate and function, overfunction, and be oversensitive, overexplaining, all the, fill in your blank, whatever it is. Whatever that follows that you're just too, right? So, and then you look at the others who go to that other extreme, gaslighting, abusive, narcissism. Yeah, we went to the extreme, and now we that are doing our work or transformation are coming back to this middle. Of the overfunction, yes. You're welcome. So we are learning how to come back here to stay with ourselves, stay grounded and centered in ourselves, so we can speak our truth without leaving ourselves, without abandoning ourselves. It takes practice. Practice, like everything else that we've learned. We were indoctrinated in, we were programmed how to be growing up, nurturing and function for everyone else, regulate everyone else. We learned all that early on, so that's just what we know. And then we start learning something else. We're like, gosh, this is so hard. Well, it's just a pattern that we're doing it different. Hi, Stephanie. That we're doing it different now. But we hit all those walls that have been put in place from our old ways, because the brain wants to stay comfortable. The brain only operates from our experience, even if our experience will kill us or cause us harm. That's all it knows. So sometimes we think, I'm doing this all over again. Well, that's our nervous system wired to do that. And until we learn how to reset it and continue rewiring it, we do it. And then we get mad at ourselves because we're doing it. It's quite the paradox. We understand we're empathic. We've been trained this way. We've been programmed this way. And our nervous system is wired this way. When we begin to decide, hello, we're going to rewire it, that's the practice, right? Because the brain wants to take us back where it's comfortable. Where the brain's comfortable, not us. Where the brain feels safe. That makes sense? Yes, and there's micro, that's why I was doing some of those micro courses. Those are the micro moments that have this giant impact. Because we stayed centered and grounded with ourselves. We let it drop, let it hit and land, not hit, like hit them, but like let it land and let it be uncomfortable and stop trying to change it and fix it. Make it okay for them. Well, we don't feel okay. Can you see that? We want to make it okay for them, but we don't feel okay. How does that make any sense? It just, it's like, it baffles me when I look at it now. It's what I've done most of my life. And now I'm like, it seems so obvious. Hi, Lisa. Sometimes we are forced to rewire when we ignore our gut instinct. Oh, we get our ass kicked every time we ignore it. And until we can't. So yes, sometimes we are forced, if you will. And you know what? I was just journaling this morning. I'm never wrong. Not that I'm trying to be right. I'm not trying to be right, but I'm always accurate in my assessment. You're always accurate. It's whether we listen and honor that. Sometimes it gets revealed and sometimes it doesn't. But I've learned along the way I don't have to call it all out. Because instantly it's denial. Because they don't know. Sometimes they don't even know that that's in their space and their energy field. But we're feeling it, right? So I'm going to call it out. They're like, what are you talking about? I had a client one time and I had massaged her and she was heading out the door and I said, oh gosh, I just feel so much sadness. I'm just feeling sad. She's like, I felt so good. And then she burst into tears. She had to leave. I don't know what was going on with her, but when I said it, she wasn't feeling that until she did. And it's not like that for everyone, but she said it out loud. I'm not feeling sad. And then as she's heading out, she starts crying. So something unlocked for her in that moment. That doesn't happen for everyone. It happens, So it's not. No, people do not like to be called out on their stuff, and they don't like to be called out, especially if they don't know what's happening. Some people are very ignorant, like they just don't know. We're feeling their energy field, and they just don't know. People come up, oh, I'm great, I'm doing fine. Really? I'm not convinced. And just look at me with deer in the headlights. Because they don't know. And it's not our job, people, empaths, it's not our job to call it out. It's not our job to make them aware of it. And part of that's our overfunctioning. Let me help you. Let me tell you what's going on because you didn't ask. Right? So, yes, we feel it. It's so natural to us until we're really aware and conscious of that gift. It's a gift for us, but not everybody appreciates that, right? So we don't have to always call it out for them. It's just not up to us. If they ask us, great. I say, do you really want to know? Because sometimes they don't really want to know. They ask because they think they do. So how many times? Well, if you've asked the question, how many times have you started to tell them and they're instantly deflecting it and defending themselves because they didn't really want to know? And today I've been known to say, well, then why did you ask me? See, it gives when they say yes, you have permission. Otherwise, I'm just offering unsolicited information that they don't want to know. Can you see how that just doesn't help us? It doesn't help them. And it can definitely create a wedge, but we overfunction in that. Try to over-explain what's going on for them because we want to help them. Sometimes it's a deflection from looking at ourselves. I'm witnessing full on with scales removed from my eyes now. I see the narcissism so clearly when I reach for connection through a concern and he pulls away with the narc tactics. Yeah, removed. Yeah, I gotta quit calling it out. That's my struggle. I love you, Alita, and you are very vocal about it, and it doesn't help. If he asks, great, share, but otherwise sometimes you can say something like, hey, can I share with you what I'm feeling or what I'm hearing or what I'm noticing? So then you're opening a line of communication instead of simply speaking it out loud. Sometimes they flip it and make it your fault. Of course, they're gaslighting you. I'm finding it's better to just walk away and let them do their own thing with me no longer responding. For right now, that is absolutely the healthiest thing you can do. Yes. All of our relationships are a dance, and so we're learning how to dance in them. And we've set the rules up. If we've been in relationships, if he is a king of deflection, I ask for clarity and he asks the question back, right? He's gaslighting you, right? He's just trying to turn it back around. I'm so tired of the gaslighting. Yes, exactly. Yes, I walk away. When we know, there's a fine line of discernment when we know that someone cannot hear us, then it is about walking away and not just speaking words. Sometimes we may plant a seed, depending on who it is. But we have relationships that we've set, I've got to find me now, that's my job. Right, that is your job. It is your remembering. You are remembering. It's not really a job. You're just remembering who you are. You're remembering what you came in here to do. You remember, we all are, just not you personally. You're remembering, we are all remembering why we're here. And we're learning many of the powerful gifts that we have that we've suppressed. We've been preparing for this for lifetimes to come in this time and space. And so I call them gifts. I don't know what else to call them. I think of them as gifts, but they're really just our natural ability that we have forgotten and we weren't in a position or a frequency to activate or remember them and to bring them online. And so now the higher we vibrate and the higher our frequency goes, the easier it is to bring those things forward and bring them online, activate them and use them. So coming back to the walking away, there's a time absolutely to walk away. There's a time to just end relationships. There's a time to block. There's a time to decide with this one that I've been talking about, how or if I want to go forward. And if we go forward, what does that look like? What it looks like is me not abandoning myself and shutting down or censoring myself to be in the relationship. And it doesn't mean that I have to word vomit or speak out everything that comes to me. That's not exactly that's not at all what I'm saying. but I'm not willing to leave who I am in life today. Who I am right here with you. I would never say these things to her. I don't need to say these things to her. She can't hear them. But I want to show up as who I am in the relationship, being true to me and not censoring. I feel stronger in doing this work. It's the disconnecting is the last price, I guess. Disconnecting from yourself. That's the pain now. How does this look now for me? What it can look like is you speak your truth and you let it be that. And you say nothing else. That's it. You speak your truth. Whatever it is for you. Ouch, that really hurt. And he's like, and then he has some reaction, and then instantly we step in. You're not the only one that does this. We all do it. Instantly we want to step in and fix it and smooth it and over-explain it and over-function it. I'm done. No more chaos. Peace within from now on. That's what I call moving forward. Listening to me. 100%, sister. Listening to you. Yes. This is the next practice, right? Because we've been so busy listening, and it's not with our ears, listening in the way of feeling the energy and adjusting for everyone else, that we don't hear. Like, it's hard to hear ourselves because there's so much static and noise from other people's energy and feelings and whatever's going on for them. So when we're learning how to listen, we also have to know who we are, where we are. Because we've been so busy for a lot of our lives regulating the environment and other people in it. We don't even know who we are. Because we're so enmeshed in the energy. That's just how it is. It's not that we're wrong about it. It's what we know. And when we stop doing that, we stop overfunctioning and we start to set boundaries. People don't like it. People have been feeding off of us for a long time. So when we start to change the rules, people don't like it. And then we get uncomfortable. Then we want to fix it. You see the dynamic going on there? So when I finally got done, I'm over here on one extreme doing the thing, and then I realized this is jacked up. I'm not doing this anymore. And then I go way over here to the other side. And then eventually come back to the middle. So today it's a lot easier to come back to the middle and stay in the middle. But there is a place. So let's see. It's just looked at my card. I got some card. This is the deck. What we've forgotten. Questions? Anybody have any questions about this? Oh, I heard a noise when my cat knocked something off in the other room. Cards are jumping out. Love it. I love it. Love it. Vibration is the card. Number 39. Can you feel the vibration? The energy feels really high with all of us on. Great vibes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It does. 39. Yes. So, vibration. So on the, I've been feeling into, doing, a free Zoom recalibration or calibration on the second Wednesday of the month at 6:30 Central Time. When I put the description and make this all public, I'll put the link in there so you can sign up. I know some of you are already on my email. If you're on my email list, you already get it. If you're not, and you sign up, you get on the email list, you get all the information. So it'll be in what, like, I don't know, a week and a half or something. All right, the alpha and the omega, as Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, which is exactly what we've all been talking about here. Our speech, our movements, and yes, our thoughts too. Your vibration is how we might describe your state of being. Everything in the universe is made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Even jerks. Human beings and everything else in the natural world have a resonance. So I'm not going to read it all, but it's exactly what we're talking about. So when we're vibrating high, or even if we're not, let's just be really clear. As an empath, highly sensitive person, we naturally vibrate, have a frequency that's bright light in the world, which attracts a lot of things and people. And things that we may not like or appreciate. Thank you for that. Even jerks, right? That's what the card said, I swear. I didn't add it. So that was yes, even jerks. We all have that frequency. So that's when I was sharing about when we're so enmeshed in the frequencies and the energy, and we're so busy regulating, we have to step back and claim our own space. Because we're picking up thoughts and we're picking up energy, and it's just stuff that floats in the environment everywhere. Some people just ignore all that and they just go on about their busy life and their own business, and they don't care, and it doesn't bother them, and they don't understand, and great for them, but we aren't that. We feel at that. So it's learning, really learning who you are. And it's not always comfortable. Just like when we start to set boundaries, it's not always comfortable. So you take a deep breath, and then I say the thing, and you let it land. I'm doing a mic drop. Like, let it land. And stop trying to fix it for them or make it better for them because you saw them react to it. They'll adjust to the energy when we stop adjusting it. Does that make sense? Like, you become the tuning fork. You become the thermostat. You're setting the frequency instead of adjusting to it everywhere. That's the mastery. That's learning to be an empath master. Mastering ourselves and our energy and our frequency. Somebody was sharing with me just recently, they were on vacation and everything they'd learned went out the window. And it was not easy, and it was not fun because they weren't taking care of themselves. It was a big learning, which is super amazing. So if we can trust that it's all divine timing, and everything is perfect for what we are doing to advance and grow, and stop making ourselves feel bad and wrong. It's by design for us to become the masters we came here to be, to remember. Stop beating yourself up and making yourself the bad one because you're so sensitive. It's a gift, and it's a beautiful gift. And we're remembering, and we're stepping in. Would you then we feel the uncomfortable? Can we return that? Can we return that to them? Absolutely. If we feel they're uncomfortable, yeah, we can. Cut the cord. Return to sender. It's not yours to adjust or to regulate or fix, or it's not any of that. Yeah. Just simple in your mind, cut the cords, return to sender. It's just that simple. We don't have to complicate it. You can do motions if you want, but they're going to ask you what you're doing. So you can just say it in your mind. Say it inside of yourself. Out the dang window. Happens in an instant. I will get this down. It does happen in an instant because we're wired to react. We're not wired to respond. We're constantly reacting. We're constantly scanning. We're constantly trying to be safe because we grew up in environments that weren't safe. So we're wired that way. And every time we start beating on ourselves and making ourselves bad and wrong for that, we continue keeping that. Oh, breathe, y'all, breathe. We continue the loop of that. And we continue to reinforce that. So if you can understand, we're wired this way. And until we learn a new way, and we're willing to walk through being uncomfortable at times, maybe a lot of the time in the beginning, it does change. And it gets easier. Like, I don't like this situation. I'm not comfortable. It's very old, but there's no roots. There's no core roots to take hold anymore. While the thoughts still go through, the mind's wanting to hold on and grab it and take me down that rabbit hole. I'm like, nah, not interested. We're not going there. I love you too, Alita. I appreciate you. I'm grateful y'all show up here. And we're growing. So if you like this content, you like the conversation, subscribe, turn on notifications. I do my best to be here on Saturdays at 10. Today's a little earlier because I have a date to go to lunch with a friend. Go Mel, I'm so blessed to have you do. Yes, yes, yes. It's a full moon, man. It's a full moon. So I'm like, let's just spit it all out there. Layer by layer, people, layer by layer. I'm very grateful. Anybody have questions before we, let's see. What do we want to pull? Let's do one of the starseed cards from this deck. I'm glad you're showing up, Lisa. I know what you went through. I know how fucked up it was. Because I've been in those situations. I was grateful when you said it. I was like, you know, I kind of got out of there fairly unscathed. But that's because I have a lot of those experiences and I've done that with other people. So, you know, we all have our thing. So it's super important. It's super, super important. I can't stress this enough. I can't say this enough. Stumbling over my words because it just, I remember what it was like. So give yourself some grace. Just give yourself some grace. Just love that it's fucked up sometimes and it hurts sometimes and it's hard sometimes and you're going to get through it. I couldn't sleep last night. I forgot to be watching the moon calendar. Yep. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yes. Water your garden. Oh gosh. I just said this. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Can't make it up. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, y'all. Okay, these came out together. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. I want all that, right? And then this one, jump in. Andromedan energy. Adventure. Say yes to change. So I'm going to put the link in there for the recalibration session, the second Wednesday of the month, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's on Zoom. I will have all that. I need someone to feed me the grape stuff. Right? Exactly right. You see the eye in this? You see the eye? You see the sparkles in the eye, the pupil? That's just cool. Jump in. Listen, folks. The energy is going to push you into change, and the harder we resist, the harder it is. So just, you know, It's not easy. I say surrender like it's an easy thing to do. It's not always easy. But if we can just go with the flow and just trust that divine process of it, we're okay. You're okay. I'm okay. The moon is full. And then this blue moon is just pushing out all this is why all this old stuff right here right now. I'm like, why is this so intense? Oh, that's right. Full moon. Pushing and it's moving. Details, thank you. Yes, details to follow. I was going to put it in here and then I was late to get in. And anyway, you know, excuses. I just didn't get it in here. So I'll get it in here. Because once I'm done, I have to then make it public and put the description and all that stuff because I'm on the phone here and then I do that on my computer. So whatever. None of that matters. Come back in here and sign up for it. Subscribe, turn on notifications. And I've been playing with chat, doing the notifications. So really pretty notifications to tell you what the topic is and the time I'm coming on Saturdays or whatever day it might be if it doesn't work Saturday. All right, lovelies. Any other questions? Anything else? Let me see, Spirit. Anything else to bring up in here? I think the biggest thing right now is to be kind to yourself. Like when you do that and it flies out of your mouth like, dang it, there I go again. All right, and then you stop. Instead of continue on, just like, I can't stop myself. Yes, you can. Now that you're aware of it, you can stop yourself. This is for everyone. It's not personal. Turn on your notifications. Stay in the loop. Thank you, darling. Thank you. All right. I'm grateful you all show up here. I love being here with you, having this conversation, sharing with you. Have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy this moon. Celebrate it how you do. Take a look at what's showing up for you. What's showing up to be cleared out. No one will stop it for us. That's right. What's showing up? The moons are here to illuminate what's showing up that's being moved out. Let's not make it more than that. Much love. Yes, much love to you all. All right, have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you here next week. Namaste.